All right, so we're holding page 361. We were saying how a Shabbos experience by a busy businessman, if he's unable to disconnect from his weekday occupation, which is unfortunately overdoing it during the week. We said no time for learning, no time for davening, and even during davening he doesn't have time for this, but he doesn't have to do the shiurim, and he's busy. Comes Shabbos, he can't. Even on Shabbos, he's busy talking about things, and he's mechalalim es kedushas haShabbos beinyane hevel udvarim betelim. They are desecrating the holiness of Shabbos. But why is it? B'mokim shemachshavta shel adam shamu nimtza. When your mind is somewhere, so everything you do goes according to where your mind is. So let's say someone is in construction and is doing construction, is painting their house, and wherever he goes, he smells the paint, he knows how much you paid, he looks at the color. Whatever he sees, he's going to see your shoes, he's going to see, oh, the paint is off, it's peeling off, and or if you're buying a new car, you're buying a minivan, you see minivans everywhere you go, right? You just, I realized also, when you look into strollers, once you look in stroller, your wife stroller, whatever you see is about. Look at the strollers. Your wife is expecting for the first time. You notice all the pregnant women in the street. Suddenly like you pay little things. You buy a new hat, whatever it is, new sneakers, wherever your mind is in, you see that everywhere. Yeah, if you're into working out outfit, how do you fitness? Then people you see you see their shapes and muscles and stuff and everything. Why? So someone's whole week is too busy to be able to stop and pray, stop and learn. So on Shabbos, it's not that he wants, it's not that he desires. He doesn't enjoy having those conversations on Shabbos. He can't help himself. He can't stop. Why? Because Shabbos is the result of the week you spent. If the week you spent was very busy, but you aspired to be a more refined person, so you didn't do good, you didn't do perfect, but you struggled to be that. So when you have it, the first time you have a chance to pause and to let go of all the stuff that bothered, you're happy, you don't want to talk about it. But if you're so into it passionately, so even when it's not the right time, you can't stop thinking about it. Right? Famous story with this Chassid of the Alter Rebbe who was doing his calculation, and at the end of the calculation he wrote Ein Oid Milvadoi. He said, what Ein Oid Milvadoi? He said, yeah, listen, when I think of God, I mix in my own business. So in my own business, I happen to mix God. My own numbers, I mix them with God. So that's the idea here. Asher be'emes, listen to this, guys. Hine kol yesod binyano. Help me out. Kol yesod binyano. His entire story. Foundation. His entire foundation. Like I have a story. The reason I can't because I have an excuse. I have an arsenal, a variety of reasons why I can't be that person. Why I'm not succeeding. מה שטרוד בעסק ומדמה שאין באפשרותו לעסוק בתורה, and he thinks that he's unable to invest his time in Torah. ולהספלל כדיבו and daven and pray like he's supposed to. מפני שיפסיד חס ושלום על ידי זה. I don't have time. I'm going to lose. I'm going to miss that meeting. הוא דמיון כוזב ושטות גדולה באמת. How do you say דמיון כוזב? Is a false illusion. An illusion is false already. I mean, there's some illusion. You have an illusion of something real. But you can have an illusion of something completely false.
False imagination.
Yeah.
Deceptive illusion.
Yeah, deceptive. I like deceptive. Like, yeah. Ushtus. No, it's an accurate word. Ushtus gedoyla be'emes. We're talking about ruach shtus, Kuntres Ua'ayan, overcoming folly. This is a complete shtus, folly. De mima nafshach, says the Rebbe. Mima nafshach. Im chas v'shalom. Either way, im chas v'shalom lo yesh kitzvas v'amshachas ha'chesed min ma'il rachmana litzlan. As nishto kein hashpah von der Eibishter. A person did not receive Hashem did not grant him anything this year. It's not for him this year. He's going to have to use his savings this year or credit cards. Right? Hashem did not allocate anything for him on that. He's alive. He has other sources of accomplishment and satisfaction in life, but the parnasa this year it's not going to go. So if Hashem decided that it's not going to happen, ma yo'il lo ribuyei taskut. How is time and energy going to make a change in that? Now, ve'im yesh kitzvat v'amshachat hachesed min maila, if it was allocated already, so it was allocated, it's coming to you. Just keep doing the right thing. En tzrichim ribuy esek. You don't need that much time and energy. V'day gam bim'at esek me'achar shu lavush levad. We just explained at length that our participation, our involvement in earning is just it's the smallest part to establish the connection between what Hashem has allocated for us and between cashing it in. It's like bringing the bucket. You're bringing the empty bucket. So you have the empty buckets. The entire distraction and preoccupation and anxiety about the work and everything, how am I going to pay the bill, and what's going on, and how is the deal going to happen? It's from the stupidity of the Yetzer Hara. And in fact, in a way, it's not only insanity. You know what this is? Idolatry. I worship the bucket. I worship the vehicle, not the one who's giving it. Because I'm spending too much time and energy on this, and I don't have the ability anymore to focus on the right things. I'm becoming obsessed with this. I give it too much attention. Today's Tanya, Karule Elokad Elokaya. We make them gods. Fascinating Tanya today. Hainu. This is where I get my earnings from, not from Hashem, from the tricks and the things that I'm able to, and the connections that I'm able to accomplish and to have. That's why he can't stop thinking of it, because he feels that the more he thinks about it, the more he's getting. Also, he gets into doing all kind of tricks and how do you say schemes? Manipulation schemes, because like it's like all kind of scams, because he's like, oh, if I do this, if I'm going to do that, it's going to make more, I'm going to cash more. If you report that and you buy that and you spend this way and you report, relax. It's okay. You're good. You have it already. So if you don't have anything, all the effort you're making is not going to help. And if you already got it from the Eibishter, so just do the basics. It's coming to you. I was listening to a beautiful video today someone sent me, and the rabbi says, today with screens, so it's a Rosh Yeshiva from a Hasidic Yeshiva, and he says, here probably the Bachim don't even know what screens are. But he says, in the world today, there are screens. So on the screen, imagine the security agent is watching the screen and a touch screen. So you're able to move things from the screen, right? So you're seeing how there's an attacker, an aggressor, a terrorist breaking into the mall, to the building. Now you're the security agent who's sitting by the computers and seeing everything on the screen. And you start moving things on the screen, right? Are you going to stop the terrorists from coming in? You're seeing the screen, but who is in charge? You're not in charge of the picture here. You're just watching from the computer. You're not the one who's going to make any changes. So it's the same thing with the Eibishter. There's a whole situation. Im Hashem, he didn't say that, I'm adding this. Im Hashem lo shamar ir, shav shakat shomer. If Hashem is not guarding the city, the security guard is not accomplishing anything. I mean, Simchas Torah last year showed us that you can stop 300 missiles raining on the top, on the airspace of Israel with no injuries, no casualties, and a group of animals breaking in like rats can't stop. What does that mean? That we're not in control here. So what should we focus on? Oh, what we are in control. What Hashem gave us. But what He took charge of, He took responsibility to feed us, let Him do it. He knows what He's doing. And he's becoming completely, this is becoming like idolatry. I call this, Avodah Zarah doesn't resonate with us today. Because nobody thinks that he's a Oived Avodah Zarah. Nobody worships idols. Do we? If you talk about...
In phone.
Yeah, we spoke about it, yeah. But not idols.
The phone.
iPhones, yeah. Yeah. Instead of Avodah Zarah, if you think of addiction, obsession, and all these traits, that's a form of Avodah Zarah. It is not being able to control there's something that controls me, so I'm being submissive to that thing, and that thing is my God, has power over me. Kol hakoyes ki'ilu oved avodah zarah. Anyone who gets angry is oved avodah zarah. Why? Because you're angry at what? Something you're not able to control. You're not meant to be in control. Right? You have to. So here it's a little different, but there's something you're unable to let go to the point that it makes you. By the way, anger is also addictive. Anger is addictive. My friend Elliot just sent me a short from Rashi Stab. He says that his father just passed away. I don't know when was that. I don't know when the video is from. At 90 years old, and that his father taught him was a psychologist, a therapist, or whatever. And he says that this guy comes. He said that my father would say this joke all the time. What was the joke? Again, he says it much better than I. But basically, the guy comes to the bar and say, "Can I have a shot, a whiskey?" So the bartender gives a shot. The guy looks at the shot to the face of the bartender. The guy said, "Get out of my bar right away! Get out of here!" Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Next day, the guy comes back. Says, "You're not coming in?" "No, I'm sorry. Yesterday." No. Okay. Can I have a shot of whiskey? Yeah. Throws it to the face of the bartender. The guy goes crazy, like, what, are you crazy? Get out of here, you're not coming in. Sick man. Don't ever step here again. The guy goes away, hasn't been here for a very long time, and finally, a year later, he comes back. Like, I told you not to come back. Hold on, relax. How long is it that you didn't see me? I haven't been here for almost a year. Like, see, so where do you think I was the whole time? I don't know. Say, I went for therapy. And now he changed. So he said, well, okay, can you give me a shot of whiskey? Gives him a shot of whiskey. Takes a shot of whiskey and throws it again on the face of the. Say, what was the therapy about? Say, I used to be embarrassed. I used to feel bad when I did it. Now I don't feel bad anymore. We make sense of our problems. We make sense of our insanity. We justify, and we're like, he triggered me. So I'm saying anger is an addiction. Depression is an addiction. Anyway, so he says, שזהו שמשתחווה לשמש וירח מפני שמחשב אויסם לעיקר. The people who bowed down to the sun and the moon, what was it? Because they really believed that they're controlling the universe. Guess what? Remember what we spoke about a few weeks ago? The sun does control most of our life. Because when the sun is out, you can do a lot of things. When the sun is out, when the sun is gone, down, set, there's a lot of things you can do. When it's warm, remember I told you about my davening outside? It was a nice day 2 months ago, and suddenly it gets windy and cold, and I'm like, kavanas, I can't have kavanas anymore, it's too cold. The sun is serving me a lot. So by bowing down to the sun, I feel like I'm going to get more. Listen, my boss, my job, my product, my patent, my whatever, my connections, my contacts, my network is my net worth, they say. Your network is your net worth. So all of that, because of that, I can't daven and learn. That's Avodah Zarah. כמו כן, הנה, כשמחשב עשה עסק לעיקר, ומשום זה הוא טרוד בריבוי היססקוס וסחבולוס, שזהו גם כן כעניין נשתחווה. By being occupied by it, it's like bowing down to it. It's being tied up to it. The idea of bowing down is being tied up to something. כמו השתחווה בגשמיוס, ושכופף ומחכין ראשי. Look at the link, the connection. What's bowing down physically? You bow down your head to something superior. When you put your brain and your mind into the business, into the work, into the masa umatan, into the trading, to the point that your mind is unable anymore to experience praying and studying. It's like being an idol worshipper. It's like doing avodah zarah mamish. קיצור, בעלי העסקים ובעלי עבודה אין המספרים תפילה בציבור. בגביוס ותפילה שם חטופה, their prayer is rushed. ומלאה מחשבה זורס, filled with outside thoughts. ואין המשתתפים בשיעורי לימוד התורה ברבים. They don't attend. They're not like us. They don't attend group therapy. Shiur Torah berabim, the Torah classes, weekly Torah classes, and they have great excuses. And remember, we said you can't make money and make excuses. You're either making money or making excuses. That's what we said. Okay, בהתנצלות טרדתם, עמל הפרנסם, ביזים בפרנסם, וזה גוירם התגשמותם. They become very materialistic, right? שמחללים מנוחס וקדושת השבת. They desecrate the peaceful, restful, and meaningful and holiness of Shabbos בענייני הבל, with vanity. ויסוד התנצלותם, sorry, and what's the foundation for their excuses? דמיון שווא. It's a false imagination. It's exactly what it said. False imagination. It's false. There's a book from Rabbi Twersky, Alav Shalom, that came out, one of the last ones, and it had a picture of 2 feet. I already mentioned this many times in the classes before. 2 feet from above, like you're taking a picture of it, and there's a road with markers on the road, and it says, I need to get out of my own way. Like my whole life, I've blamed people for who I was. There's so many things on my way. My wife, my kids, my parents, my teacher. It gets to a point where you have to realize you are your biggest obstacle. And the problems you're describing are delusional. Because if that doesn't let you do what you're supposed to do, then you're becoming markin roisho, you're bowing down to it, you're not doing good. I end up with the story of the Rebbe walking on the street every day, and he would salute a Gentile that lived around the corner every day with a big wave like this. And there was a Polish Jew who lived right after that space, who had a shop over there, and would see the Rebbe walk in the early years, and the Rebbe would come down, and the Rebbe would bow down with his head, wave to him with the head. So he got very insulted after seeing this for a while. He says to the Gentile, to the guy outside, the Rebbe waves with the hand like this, with a big smile. And to me, just... So he went to the Rebbe, he said, I don't understand, Goy, such a warm salute, and to me, just... The Rebbe told him, in my Leben, in my life, I never bowed down to a non-Jew. So, why am I talking about this now? Because we're less than 30 days to Purim.